Good people of the foolish world. Today my wife told me to make a video about some dumb people who go around thinking they're the king and queen of the world.
One day you will regret it and remove all those tattoos. Why should I remove all those tattoos? This is my story, and the tattoos are a part of my story. You cannot make your past disappear. This is also a reason why all my old tattoos are covered and not removed, because they are still a part of me and a part of my past, a part of my story. By the way, how should I remove the eyeball tattoos then?
Okay, let's get this straight. This demon-looking dude claims to have a story, and that's why his body looks like this, right? Well, yesterday my grandmother told me that there's something called a diary. A diary where people write their stories. The sad part is that this human would want the rest of us to accept him, be his friend, or give him a job, right? Someone in the comment wrote, so if this is your story, have you been in hell in the past? Then you have a bad story, man. I have a story too, but it's not written on my skin. It's a choice. We all deal and cope with pain in different ways. My scars are on my heart, and only I see them. Where does bro work or gets jobs? That's a big question. I like to know too.
So I wanted to come on here and talk about something that is really starting to annoy me. So I applied for a job at TJ Maxx a few weeks ago and they denied my application. They couldn't even call me. They just sent me some automated email. So I went in today and I was like, so what was the reason I didn't get hired? And she was like, oh, like you just like don't have enough experience. There was candidates that had like more experience than you. And, you know, I asked her if it was about my tattoos, obviously, because I know a lot of places don't like tattoos. She said that wasn't the reason.
I'm sorry, but if I'm working in my office and someone enters with the horns and demons in their neck, I'm gonna be so scared that I would take off my clothes and jump out of the window.
Do hand tattoos make you unemployable? Short answer, yeah, they do reduce your employment options. But here's the thing, stop living your life in terms of what if my employer thinks this? What if a future employer doesn't like it? Stop living your life in accordance with what do I need to do to win over somebody who is going to profit off my labour and give me a shorter cut of what they make. You have one life on this planet and you have a few decades of being a young person. If you want to express yourself in a particular way, whether that's piercings, whether it's facial hair, whether it's tattoos, whether it's plastic surgery, whatever, go and do it.
Whatever you want to do, go do it. Cover your whole body in tattoos, go around with a stupid lizard on your head, pierce your whole body like Lisbeth Salander. I mean, look at this, isn't this beautiful? But except you're the king of the world, the rest of us have the right to avoid you. We don't have to give you a job, we don't have to date you. There's no law that says we must be your friend, you idiot.
Out of all the tattoos I have, there is one that I get the most comments and compliments on. And the results will shock you. Do you remember those online spam ads? Anyways, the funny part about it is that it's not even a black ink tattoo and it's not even my biggest tattoo. It is this one right here. I get a lot of questions about it, like, is it scarification? Is it laser tattoo removal? Nope, it's just white ink. The tattoo is completely hand-poked by my friend Melina, and it took probably around 2 or 3 passes over the duration of a year in order to achieve this look. In all honesty, this is probably the closest I'll ever get to a face tattoo in my entire lifetime, and I adore it so much. Ta-da!
Please, someone should take me away from this planet. I want to go and live in Jupiter, or Mercury, or inside the sun.
As someone who is heavily tattooed, I am telling the younger generation, do not get tattooed where you can see them. Don't do it. Because let me tell you, I gave no flying at your age. I really didn't. And I wanted to go out and just be completely different to everyone else and rebel against society. But as a 30-year-old now, I'm thankful that I am not heavily tattooed so people can see them. Because let me tell you, it will stop you from getting a job. Yes, that is discriminative, and I do not deny that. but first appearances do count. So please do not get your neck, hands and face tattooed before the rest of your body. Think smart, think logically, and just remember, you might not give a shit now, but in 20 years time, you will do. And I'm sorry to be the boring mum, but don't get a tattoo that you can see until you exactly know what you want to do and you don't know what you're doing in your 20s. Love you.
Someone in the comment wrote, I regret getting my feet tattooed. I am in the process of removing them. The rest I'm fine with, but I can't cover them when wearing heels, and it annoys me. I'm sharing this with my daughter. She is desperate to get one on her 18th, and she keeps saying hands, neck, or behind her ear. And no matter how much I tell her, she won't listen to me. Learned this the hard way. Got a tat on the side of my neck when I was 18, near the back. But then I couldn't wear my hair up on my wedding day 2 years ago, cause I hate it now. High-level finance job. Always hide my tattoos. Been discriminated against for everything else possible. My boss saw my sleeve yesterday for the first time after 1 year, and he was like, OMG, I love it. I'm a sculptor and most of my clients are retirement age. If my tattoos are on show, it genuinely affects sales. I've got 2 that are easily hidden, simply because my grandmother would slaughter me if she saw them. You have a good grandmother, just like my grandmother.
So obviously one of the most noticeable things about me when you first look at me is this throat piece, which when I originally got it done, it was just the cherub with like the wings that crawled it, and then I went back and added the roses because I didn't like how like plain it was when he was just sitting chilling there. But one of the main questions I get all the time is like, how bad did it hurt? And granted, like, pain is subjective. However, I truly don't think it hurt that bad. At least now looking back, I have like pictures and videos of like when I was getting it done, and girl, I was going through it. But I also think it was how I had to like lay for it. I was literally like on a like massage table, like laying flat on my back with my head hanging over the side like this, while he was just like fucking going to town on that shit. But I also have a lot of people like ask me too, like, were you not afraid of like how that would affect your job opportunities and your career in life? And my mom was probably the first person to kind of like have that worry, right? And I had to sit with her and I told her, why would I want to work somewhere if they can't look past the art on my body to see what I offer as an intellectual?
Shut up. Okay, I'm sorry, that's not a good thing to say, but listen. Look at this woman. She's the most caring woman in the world. She's a good woman, the best wife you would ever have. But would you marry this woman? If no, that's because, unfortunately, humans evolved to judge appearances.
Why is it that people think having tattoos makes you unprofessional or unemployable? Let me just ask you. I have had multiple people, whether it was when I worked in corporate or now when I'm on live, say that I sound like I don't have tattoos. Let me just say that again. They say I sound like I don't have tattoos. And I said, why? Because you sound professional. Now, I'm not offended by it. I take everything people say with a grain of salt. But let's sit here and think, why do we think that? Why is that instilled in us that people with tattoos are unprofessional or shouldn't sound a certain way? Because let me just tell you, as somebody who worked in corporate insurance for 10 years, getting each and every one of these tattoos was more fucking enjoyable than every corporate meeting I ever sat in. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
I never thought I'd say it, but my mother was right. I had my first experience today that I never thought would happen, where I was turned down from a job because of my visible tattoos. Long story short, I live in Los Angeles and I was applying for a position as a server at a premium casual restaurant. So not quite upscale, not quite casual, kind of in the middle. Servers wear black pants, black t-shirts, black shoes. It's a nice place, but it is not particularly fancy. I went in initially and had very good references. It was a 3-step process. I first had to apply through their website. They did not accept resumes, so I had to fill out just their classic questionnaire. I had a group interview through Zoom. Then finally, I had my in-person interview with the general manager. During no point of the questionnaire and no point of the group interview did anybody ask about anything about tattoos, state their policy on tattoos. There was no reference to that whatsoever, so I would have no idea if that is the case. Long story short, finally end up getting to this final process of the interview where I'm in person. I end up speaking to the general manager, and she seems lovely, and we seem to be hitting it off. Towards the end of the interview, she says, hey, I would love for you to meet our back of house staff and get to know our chef and kind of get the ball rolling. And at this point, I'm very confident that I'm going to get this position. Again, this is a server position in Los Angeles, California. Right at the end of it, about 25 minutes in, she asks me, oh, by the way, do you have any visible tattoos? To which I tell her yes, and I'm wearing a short sleeve collared shirt, so I assume this whole time she can see them. I don't know. So I proceed to show her my tattoos. My tattoos are these. This is one, and this is the other. One says anything, which is a matching tattoo I have with my wife. And the other says keep the party alive, which is a lyric in a song of my band. Once she sees these, the vibe changes really quickly. Immediately she tells me, I don't think it's worth moving forward with this process. I don't want to waste any more of your time. To which I kind of backtrack and go, well, you know what, I'm willing to cover these up. I can put makeup on these if you'd like. I can wear a slightly longer sleeve shirt, whatever makes you guys more comfortable. To which she just tells me, we have a very strict no visible tattoo policy.
Okay, honestly, I think this guy's tattoo is moderate. But again, if you have the right to write your songs on your body, other people have the left to refuse to sing them.
Just know, if you ever see me living with a man again, he is 100% paying all the bills. And let me tell you why. Because they don't want to move in with you because they love you so much. They don't want to be around you all the time. No, they want a maid. They want a maid. They want you to buy all the groceries just so their asses can eat 4 servings at once. You used to be able to throw shit in a crock pot and have meals all week, queen. Not anymore. Now you're feeding a bottomless pit, okay? And then he'll have the audacity to bitch about why the groceries so expensive, why we spend so much money on groceries. You big bat, you! And then he's gonna expect you to do all the housework because he mows the lawn every 2 weeks and he thinks that's somehow an even trade. And then he's gonna try to crawl up in your very nice sheets after you've invested in beautiful bedding for yourself without washing his ass first, okay? Just don't do it. Don't. 7 a.m. is too early to have a man breathing hot fucking breath in your face and farting all on you in the bed. Just don't fucking do it. You're welcome.
If you check this woman's TikTok page, you would hear her complaining all the time about her relationships and men. Guess what? I don't want to be sexist or anything, but maybe, just maybe, tattoos attract bad guys to your life.
This is gonna be the last video I make about the whole TJ Maxx situation. Like I said in one of my other videos, I feel like a lot of you guys missed the point of that video.
Nope, I'm sorry, I don't want to listen to you.
When they see me, they salute to have a juku. Some pink pumps, pink thumbs in a tutu. Some pink lips, pink blush on my YouTube. Now everybody chocolate on my choo-choo. Some bubble gum blowing bubbles, then I choo-choo. Some pink toes and my pink Jimmy choo-choos. All the way in London, they...
I regret my tattoo, but not this one, because this is actually not a real tattoo. And the reason why I trick the whole internet is that I have a message to young people and all of the people who wants to get covered in tattoos. I want everyone to know that I regret my tattoos and you might regret yours when you get older.
So I recently got this tattoo in honor of my grandfather, who unfortunately passed away not too long ago. It was his special nickname for me. And to be honest, I actually can't remember why he used to call me Puss Corp. It was something special, you know, that we shared together. It was our little thing. I often get asked, you know, why tattoo on your forehead and not somewhere less visible? But, you know, I wanted to show the world how much he meant to me. I still cannot believe and understand how in today's times this sort of discrimination still exists.
This British woman says she's unable to get a job because of her tattoos. Melissa Sloan is 46 and currently has over 800 tattoos and is still going. She claims she's addicted and continues to get 3 new tattoos per week. She says that because of this, she's been unable to get a job. She said that she even applied to clean toilets and was denied there as well. Despite all that, Melissa said that she'll keep getting tattoos till the day she dies, and even though she's ran out of face space, she's already added 3 layers of tattoos on her face. That does answer one question I had, like what happens when she runs out of space, but now I'm left with so many other questions, like how is she paying for all these tattoos without a job? I think the solution here is DoorDash. I mean, they got DoorDash in the UK, right?
I got my first tattoo as soon as I hit 18, and as soon as I started getting them, it became a bit of a hobby or an addiction. I got my first face tattoo about 4 years ago. I do imagine that some people, you know, see me as someone who can't get a job, a criminal. So today, a makeup artist is coming round to completely cover my tattoos.
Hopefully I don't like it too much.
Are you ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I love it. I actually love it. Oh my God, yeah, I love it. Yeah, I do love it. It looks nice. Just, yeah, I do feel a bit plain though.
Let's play, should this individual lose their job or should they keep it for another day? Hi, I'm HR Jen coming to you with another scenario. Marcus is a front-facing sales person hired about 3 months ago. Company handbook says that all employees must have tattoos covered, so nothing visible. Marcus read the policy, signed off on the policy that he understood. 3 months into his employment, he comes to work with a very large tattoo right across the front of his neck. Manager immediately sends him to HR because obviously that is a violation of company policy. Once in HR, Marcus explains that it's actually a tribute to his deceased 6-year-old daughter who had passed away the month prior. And he feels like if he covers the tattoo, that he's hiding her. He does offer to wear turtlenecks, although he says that it's probably not going to cover the whole thing. There's going to be parts of it, like in here, that's going to peek a little bit. So what do? He's clearly violating the policy, but given the nature of this, do we bend the rules? Let me know your thoughts.
Let's talk about tattoos and why is Jamaica so backwards? Why you can't get a decent job if you're wearing a tattoo? Now, before you self-righteous people come for me and talk about why did they mark themselves in the first place, them never know this, them never know that, them never know so them that go through a time in them life where the only way to express the hurt or the pain where them feel is to mark up them skin. You understand? Them never know. Them never know the impact it would have on them years from now, months from now. Them never do it purposely. It was just how they were feeling at the time, so we can't blame them for that. You understand? I'm not bash nobody for that. And yes, I'm not saying if I hire people with tattoo gone up in them neck and them eyeball and all over upon them to come working on the place, but I'm saying, come on, cut the people in some slacks. Cut them some slacks. If it is a case where when a uniform a short sleeve, allow them to wear a sleeve underneath it. Or make them build some long sleeve for them people so them can get a decent job. And everybody want working at the wholesale and everybody want to go a call center. You have people that are qualified for certain types of job, but because of the tattoo, but I'm tired of Jamaica and this backward thinking. Imagine this place want people for working at them warehouse. Remember say nobody not seeing at the warehouse, you know? The customer them not seeing at the warehouse to feel offended that you're wearing a tattoo, but you cannot take the person. You cannot employ the person because they're wearing a tattoo for working at your warehouse. Now explain this to me. Jamaica, what you really need to stop there, when you need to stop like on the two backwards. Only too backwards, so we are going to have a lot of unemployed, qualified people in a Jamaica can't get a job just because I'm a wear tattoo. Like, that's zero.
Oh, okay. Let me be honest with you. I didn't hear most of what this woman is saying, but I love the Jamaican language and I guess you might like it too. Now let's end this video with a simple message. You see, except you're the king of the world, humans judge you by your appearance. That's why you wear good clothes. That's why you have a nice haircut. That's why you said you can't marry my wife. And that really makes me sad. I mean, why can't you marry my wife?